Hello and welcome to If It Wasn't For My Knees. And we thought we'd do a quick reaction to tonight's game. And we've got Uche and Mikey D with us. Mikey, much improved performance for England. Comfortable night.
Yeah, I mean, we were happy with the starting selections of Saka and Grealish in there.
By we, you mean you?
You trying to say you weren't happy?
I was happy.
I was happy. I'm not going to lie. I was happy. So I see them in there. So it changes how you watch the game if you're happy with the players. And Grealish and Saka were instrumental in the first half. Maguire came back in. Some people doubted whether he should be back in. And I thought that he was good. He was solid. And he also offered something different to Mings in terms of delivery forward. And he was clipping some nice balls in. Shaw played a lot better this game than against Scotland. A little bit more offensive. I don't know what happened in that Scotland game, but it was like he couldn't cross the halfway line. But yeah, so generally an improved performance. The first half was good. Second half was drab. Not much more that I can say about that performance, to be honest. It's still, the second half takes away from any encouragement of where England can go in the tournament, put it that way. The first half, if it continued and they went on and scored a second goal, perhaps, then you're thinking, okay, like England can do something. But again, they brought on Henderson, like waste of a player. They waited until, how can I forget? They waited until 7 minutes from time to bring on Jadon Sancho to give him his first minutes of the tournament.
And that's the guy you think, that's the guy you think they might need. They might need in the knockout phases to come on and do something, and you're giving him 7 minutes to have no time to do anything.
It doesn't make sense. He gave him minutes just to shut up the press and to prevent any questions about him not having any minutes for a third game in succession. He brought on Mings for Stones before he brought on Sancho. That kind of says it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no confidence in Southgate whatsoever. England have got a few decent players. Hopefully those few decent players can kind of kick things on. And hopefully Southgate's forced into changes like he was today. Because if he wasn't forced into those changes today, they weren't happening.
Definitely. And Uche, England winning the group now means that they face one of the big boys, potentially from the so-called group of death: France, Germany, Portugal, looking like potential teams that England could face in the next round.
Yeah, that should be that. Cheers for coming. Thanks for participating. That's it. Pretty much how I had it. It was going to go down. They're going to win. Keep a clean sheet. To be honest, Southgate has done exactly what he wanted to do. Literally, like, obviously, we'll never say out loud, but clean sheet in all 3 games. Scored in 2 of those. Maguire's back. Carry on as you were. It's almost like being in training to try and set up for this potential meeting with whoever comes out of that group, so-called group of death, because the template is there. It's just a question of, can you execute on the day? Because like Mikey said already, and we all know, if you're 2-0 down against, if they're 2-0 down against any of those teams, that would be that. There's no way they're gonna come back. They just don't seem to have enough goals in them. They don't seem to have enough creativity. Still lacking. But Grealish looked good. Driving with the ball. So you try and fantasize again about Grealish with Foden, 2 players that can take the ball to the opposition, run at them in these big games. But it's unlikely that we're gonna see both players starting. But that's what you would like to see somehow. Get them involved. Obviously, Sterling plays, Kane plays. So maybe Foden, Kane, and Sterling. And then you have Grealish in midfield with the 2 holders, which is either, I guess, Henderson or Rice, depending on whatever happened in the halftime, whether they wanted to give Henderson some minutes or whatever. I mean, it should be the same back 4. And it's just a question of executing that. And if you need be, you bring on Bellingham. That's about it, to be honest. I don't know anyone else that could make things happen. Saka played well, actually.
Saka was man of the match today.
Very well.
But I can't see Saka starting in that game. So yeah, this is what it's all about. This is what I've been looking forward to. England topping the group, and then let's see how they get on against whoever comes out on the other side. I'll have them as underdogs in whoever comes out on that side. So we'll see. It's going to be at Wembley. So all the best.
Yep, Wembley. I think they said 45,000 fans because they're up in the fans for the next game. Mikey. So Uche said he doesn't think Saka's going to start the next game. Do you think he warrants to keep his place, or would you bring Foden back in?
He warrants to keep his place, but the nation's behind Foden.
Yeah.
So you bring in Saka, and Saka is man of the match, and he's awarded it. He's doing an interview now, and then you're going to bring back Foden and take out Saka. It leaves a bad taste in terms of performance levels, but I can see that happening. I don't think Saka's done anything today to warrant him being out of the team.
True.
I agree.
And
Southgate, I'm with you though. I can see the way Southgate's going to think about it, and he'll probably bring Foden in because that's the easier option.
I'll definitely play Foden in that game. I want to see Foden and Grealish, definitely.
Okay, I think we might be more likely to see Saka and Foden than Foden and Grealish.
Yeah, true. That's true.
And it's because of what I said before the game. Saka is solid. So, he'll give you a lot going forward, but he'll also do some decent defensive work as well. And Southgate is all about solidity in that team.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be important against other teams.
But does Foden give you that?
Nah. He's just flair.
You're playing Foden to try and win the game, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Saka gives you both ends, which is a difference. But a little bit different from Uche. I think against Germany or Portugal, I think England have got a decent enough chance. Having seen Portugal for sure, they've got a decent chance. Germany, it depends how they set up, but I think they've got a decent chance against those teams.
If the name of the team is not England, I would say England deserves a shot against all three of them, and I'm including France. I don't get this thing about France, honestly. But I know what England are about, and England is England, and they're a bunch of, I know what they're about, so they're going to go out wherever it is.
The only teams that I think England will have proper trouble with are Belgium and France.
Yeah.
They're the teams that you don't want to draw.
Because the reason why I say the France thing, I don't think it's a fluke what's happening with France. They don't score many goals. They look threatening, they don't score many goals. So you got a bit of a chance there. What if you score from a set piece first,
Isn't that more a case of they've been fluffing their chances rather than not creating?
Well,
they should have scored.
Benzema should have had a few by now.
And
definitely have a few.
But I mean, the goal that Mbappe scored was offside. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the Benzema move. You shouldn't expect them to do that kind of move against you.
Mbappe had a couple of headers. I know he had at least one header in the first game that went wide. That
was a great cross. Yeah, that was a great cross. Yeah,
Dean.
Yeah, that was a fantastic cross, actually. Yeah,
they should have more goals than they have, But then we were saying this last time, and they hit the final and scored 4 against Croatia, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, that is Croatia, though. I mean, if you face Croatia in that final, you need to take your chances, and they did so. Like I said, England, if it wasn't because of England at England, I genuinely think all three, they can take them on and have a decent chance. But knowing the history of how the England players are in knockouts and everything, they're going to try and hold on to a 0-0, and it turns into a 1-0 or penalties, and then that's that. So I'll give them no chance against all three of them, just purely because England is England. But I want to be proved wrong. I want to see it where England can show something. That's why I want Foden and Grealish to play, because at the very least, those are the two players. I think if they're starting, I could actually say they would genuinely try to win you the game, no matter what instructions Southgate gives them. Even if he says, I want you guys to defend, Grealish is such a the so-called maverick, and Foden will want to see make something happen. So I would love to see Foden and Grealish start that game, whoever that team ends up being, just to try and get this Englishness out of them. Because I don't like to see solid players. Saka, man, I don't want to see a scapegoat, put it that way. So I wouldn't want to see Saka start. Just purely on the scapegoat.
People are being disrespectful to Saka. Saka's got a lot in his game.
Yes.
No, I'm just saying. No, I like him. I like him a lot. I'm just saying, I could see a scapegoat situation. Put it that way.
Yeah, they tried it with Raheem, but he's still there.
So I could just see it already now. Saka with Sterling starting, chance fell to one of them. Oh, that was the chance, and rare, that kind of thing. So.
Even though Kane hasn't scored in a tournament yet.
Exactly, and they'll just put out in page. They'll put out in some next obscure page.
Yeah, I was just about to say about Kane. I mean, he looked a little bit better than the first two games, but that isn't saying much because he was terrible in those. But still looking a bit disjointed. Still not really at the races in terms of. I mean, he had that great chance in the first half, set up by a through ball by Maguire. But other than that, I can't think of another opportunity he had in the match. And if you're coming up against a team like Germany, for example, I think Hummels will be happy to have him just standing up front, not doing very much, which is what he's been doing for the first few games.
Yeah. I mean, how many times do you see Kane have 3 games in a row without a goal?
Not
Today
often.
was his first shot on target in 3 games. So something's not working right.
Speaking of which, in terms of stats, England had only 5 shots on goal today. They had 3 on target though, which is improving. But only 5 shots on goal compared to Czech Republic's 7. So it's attacking wise, the team just isn't looking very, very good so far.
But you know what? The more that we talk about England and the other teams that they could face, the more that I think that they can actually get as far as I said they could get.
Which is what? Semis?
I said they could get to the final.
Oh, final. Okay.
So when I mapped it out, they'd have Portugal in the next round, then Spain. But that group is up in the air now, so it might not even be Spain. So it might be a theoretically easier tie. And then Germany in the semi-final.
I killed them at that last 16. I didn't even bother. I just jacked them. I said, whoever you get, you're out.
I had them going out at last 16.
Winning the group and going out. Like this, with them and Portugal, it was kind of like, Portugal was solid. Okay, if it's a really tight game, England could squeak it. And then watching Germany against Portugal has kind of tainted my view on Portugal.
Yeah, definitely.
And even the first game against Hungary, they took 84 minutes to score against Hungary.
Absolutely.
And then there was a flurry of goals. So if you take away that flurry of goals, we kind of seen the standard normal Portugal, which is the grinding. And then we've seen one get slapped.
But with that first Hungary game, again, like with France, loads of top chances missed before they had the flurry of goals at the end. And they still created some chances against Germany as well and scored 2. So,
again, I'm backing England's wingers against them fullbacks. I don't care.
This is it. This is
you're not having them. You're not having them.
Seriously, I'm not having them at all.
This is why I give so much props to Germany, because at the very least, what they did looks easy in hindsight, but you got to give props to keep on going at them, kept going at Semedo. And the question is, I cannot see, maybe Saka actually, going. That's what you need to do. Yeah, okay, that's true. You need to be going at this guy. You need to be fighting. That space is there. There's nothing they're going to do. There's literally nothing Santos, the coach, is going to do to address that now. It's almost too late.
England play them. Raheem's on that side. Grealish should be aligned to Raheem.
Absolutely.
Grealish should be in between the centre-back and Semedo, and Raheem should be making the runs.
Yep. Just make it obvious. Just make it as obvious as possible that that's you are the weakest link and we're coming for you. Let's not try and overcomplicate it. We're coming for you. Because the guy can't do anything. We've seen it so many times in the Premier League and before, even when he was at Barcelona, it just hasn't got it in him. Just hasn't got that defensive power in him. So. And this guy doesn't want to help him. So yeah.
And the other game that went on tonight in the group was Croatia against Scotland. I said in the pod yesterday that Scotland were going to do it. I was very, very clearly wrong.
You're on the source, weren't you?
It was more in hope. It was more in hope than actually think it was going to happen. But yeah, Croatia, their quality told in the end and ran out comfortable winners.
Yeah, I mean, I watched most of the second half of that game, and I was really impressed. Really impressed with Croatia. Really good performance. Yeah.
And they finished second in the group.
Yes, good for them actually. Probably deserved from what I saw today. Probably deserved. They just controlled the game. They knew they had to go and win in the second half. They started to push forward, started to control the game, and slowly and surely just took the game over. So good luck to them. But I think it's the same problem. Croatia should not make it far purely because there's not that one striker that can put a ball on the back of the net. And you're not going to get a team that poor as Scotland. So it might be one of those lots of 0-0s, penalties, that kind of thing. So who are they going to play? Did we check they were going to play?
So Mikey has mapped it out in his A4 pad.
Don't trust his pad.
It's up in the air.
Oh, it's still up in the air. Okay.
But yeah, runner
up. But didn't you say the mad thing is they will play potentially something second in a group?
Group E runner-up, yeah.
What's going on there? A runner-up plays a runner-up.
What's going on?
yeah, they've got a few of those. There's isn't that what's happening with Wales versus Denmark, second against second? Yeah.
That's what it just doesn't make sense.
There's a lot of reasons. Like I said, there's a lot of reasons for this, but it's a long term. Just get on with it.
But yeah, so Croatia have got a decent draw. It looks like as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad draw at all.
We got a comment from David saying that Modric is a legend. Exactly. That's exactly what he is. What is he, 34 now? Something like that.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
Yeah. Excellent goal to score the second goal for Croatia. I think they tweaked their tactics a little bit to moving further forward towards the Scottish goal so that they could get him involved. And it paid off with that fantastic shot at the edge of the box that went in the top corner.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Okay, so we can wrap it up there, I think. I think we said enough about tonight's games. For those of you watching, if you're not aware already, we're on social media, Twitter, Instagram, so do give us a follow. If you watch our videos on YouTube, then please do like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you know when we've posted. We are going to do watch along tomorrow. So we've got the big games tomorrow. So we're going to do watch along of those. And then we've got the main show again on Thursday. So we will see you again tomorrow and Thursday. So thanks for joining us. See you soon.
Cheers.